Hi, back again. I'm not sure why that shut down. So anyway, just going back again, some of the fruits that I'm going to be eating, again, focusing on some of those anti-inflammatory. There will be such things as those low glycemic foods. Again, our body's recognizing the sugars so much differently than what we look at as what sugars are. So again, some of those low glycemic foods like apples and kiwi, papaya, strawberries. I'm going to be staying away from the high glycemic fruits, like things like bananas. And so some of the other things that you can add in, I'm going to be adding in also will be other anti-inflammatory foods that I can use, in my salads, stir fries, anything would be such things as like the lemon, and I think I mentioned the ginger, the garlic, the turmeric, and also focusing a lot on what is considered those really healthy fats, staying away from the inflammatory fats, but really focusing on what are more healthy fats. And that will include such things as like olive oil, as well as avocado oil. And of course, as we all know too, is the coconut oil. So again, not focusing on the number of fat grams that I'm having or the number of calories or the number of sugar, really just focusing on the type of foods that I'm eating and staying within the 8-hour windows in those two meals, but not worrying about what the amount is going to be or measuring the any kind of grams or fats or sugars or calories or anything like that, staying completely away from that. The other thing I'm going to be adding as far as meats are concerned will be such things as any of those healthy meats, which would be like chicken and the free-range eggs, salmon. All of those are more the healthier proteins. And so some of the things I may be adding later, I'm not going to include them right away, and it's mostly has to do with the inflammatory. But again, these are very low in omega-3. These are wonderful to throw on salads or throw on your stir fries. Is you can do even like these raw seeds. They can be anything like sunflower seeds, pumpkin seeds. These are wonderful, as well as again, going back to the anti-inflammatory, the ones that are high in omega-3s, like the chia, the flax, those kinds of things. These are wonderful. I'm going to be adding these in a little bit later, but not right now. So anyway, those are some of the wonderful foods that I'm going to be adding in. And now, certainly there are a lot of times when we end up getting back from work and we're famished and we're starving. So a better thing than going to reaching for something that's so easy and so fast, and I know I'd be so prone to that too, is, such things as the pasta and the macaroni and cheese, or something that we can go and throw in the microwave, or crackers and peanut butter, something like that. Is I have a few hacks that I end up using. And again, because sometimes you're going to need to have something that you can so quickly access for those times when you're famished and you're very hungry during the times of fasting. So it's better to go and reach for something that, again, is going to be within those low glycemic foods. That's not going to spike your insulin. But again, even though it's packaged, but you're still staying, within the low glycemic or the whole foods. But I use such things. You can even get things like the zoodles, again, to the extent that you want. You want to try to go organic. And, you can do the green beans. You can do... anything. You can do peas, you can do mixed vegetables. So all of these, are available to just go ahead and throw in a pan with some of those healthy fats and your chicken, or even throw them in the microwave for that matter. Sprinkle on some of the healthy oils or something. I even, again, you want to go as close to the earth as you possibly can, but there are times the same thing. I come home, I'm famished, I'll throw in some of those vegetables along with the chicken. I do get an organic one. This one though is like no antibiotics. Again, probably not the best, is cutting it myself and getting the organic chicken. But again, the times that you need to do it's better than grabbing a box of macaroni and cheese. I know that for myself. And so certainly I'll go ahead and throw those together again, in a pan, in a stir fry, something like that. I also do such things as, again, like packing my lunches. I have these little avocado packages and things like that. Again, those are just some little hacks so you can quickly put together a meal, so you don't end up grabbing the things that are going to that's going to go and spike your insulin and really throw you off track. I also do such things as again, those times when you get the sweet tooth, is you can do, some blueberries, frozen strawberries. Those are always great to have on hand, again, just to try to eliminate. One of the things I love to do even is like the chicken is adding a lot of wonderful, herbs. Again, quick and easy. Throw the chicken in, with some ginger. Could be that you can use this for any stir fry, or basil. And again, when you're not about to go chopping up, lemon is that, you can get the lemon, the lime juice, things like that you can add in. So those are wonderful ways to be able to, quickly prepare things that are going to keep you within those whole foods and as close to the earth as you possibly can. So in addition to that, I will be adding in exercise. We'll talk more about that next time. And I am going to try and do in the morning it's called fasting exercising. So you're doing it during your fasting window. We'll talk about more of that a little bit more next time. One of the things you'll also want to focus on is that, try to look at this as a fast, not so much just to lose weight, but also let this be a time of cleansing, a time of renewing, a time of breaking bondages and breaking your chains. And also let this be a time of new beginnings. Let this be a time of growing closer to God and also to more clearly hear his voice during this time. Let this be a time of experiencing some breakthroughs and trying to find some answers in your life. Let this not just be about like food and losing weight and fasting and things like that. And let this be a time of turning away from our temptations and trying to turn back to God and hearing his voice. Fasting actually helps us to break us from pleasing ourselves. So let this be a time of trying to not so much please ourselves, but trying to grow ourselves. And let this be a time of not so much thinking about what you're eating, but what you're doing when you're supposed to be eating. It can be about prayer. It can be about worship. It can be about writing to a loved one that may be hurting during that time. And let it also be a time of growing yourself in areas that you had wanted to be growing in. These are the things that are going to fill you. Let those things be your food. And anyway, I hope that you guys have a blessed week, and certainly, comment, or if you have any questions, question below. I'll be taking a look. Have a blessed week.